everyone, how are you? My name is Savannah, and today I am here with a video that some of you have requested about how I hired a lister for my eBay business. So inevitably with any business, as you grow and scale, you can only do so much, and eventually you gotta hire help. So if you're like me, when I first needed to hire help, I was kind of in denial and just thought I could do it all. And then I quickly realized that if I didn't hire help, there was no way I could scale. I was gonna burn myself out. And yeah, so never be afraid to ask for help. That's part of growing a business. Let's just get that out of the way. So I'm just going to tell you all about how I found her, how much I pay her, all that good stuff. And if any of you are in the same boat and are looking for a lister and have any questions, hopefully this will answer them for you. So yeah, I'm just going to get right into it. First of all, what I do, if any of you don't know, I sell clothes online. So what my lister does for me is list my clothes. She takes pictures, she measures the items, and she will draft them up all on my eBay drafts. So she pretty much does everything but price the item and the shipping, so weighing the item. And yeah, so that's what she does for me, and just on eBay. She's not on Poshmark. But it has been a huge help for me. Now, she does not list everything for me. I still list shoes and purses and more high-end stuff myself, but for more bread and butter items, it's super helpful to have her help me with them. So first of all, where did I find her? And she was a family friend of ours, or still is a family friend of ours. So we were lucky enough to have these friends, and when we moved to the town we live in now, we bought a house here, they live close by, and she just had her third baby, and she didn't want to go back to work, or back to work a normal job, because she wanted to stay at home with her 3 babies, which why wouldn't you? And so it worked out really perfectly for us that she wanted to stay at home. I needed somebody who was staying at home and just, wanted to do some part-time work and just get some side cash. So that is how I found her. It worked out super perfectly, and it continues to work out really well for both of us. I appreciate her so much and her help, and she appreciates that she can stay home with her babies. So my advice to find somebody is find a stay-at-home mom, because just because they're stay-at-home moms doesn't mean they don't want to earn some side income. And I would just reach out to people on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, but stay-at-home moms, honestly, I think that's a great job just for women that want to stay in the home and earn some side income. So hit up any of the lovely mamas in your life and see if they want to help you with your reselling business, because chances are they probably will, because she was so stoked on this opportunity, and also she gets clothes for herself all the time, so she always likes that little added perk. She doesn't need to shop for herself anymore. So that is where I found her. How much do I pay her? This is what I get asked all the time. And so I pay her per item, and I pay her $2 an item. So that's more than some people pay. It's, I'm sure, less than some people pay. The cost of living in Colorado is decently high, so I just feel like that's fair for the work she does for me. So $2 an item is what I pay. And it kind of averages out, because certain items need more measurements, like blazers and stuff like that, and certain items I give her, like a bra, doesn't need as much work, so it all really averages out for the time that she spends on the items. So that is how much I pay her. That is what I get asked all the time. But I mean, it really is a case-by-case basis. Don't be afraid to pay someone less or more. You just got to take into account what they're actually doing for you and the value that they're adding to your business. So what kind of employee is she? And she is a 1099 contract employee. Yeah, she's a 1099 contract employee. So pretty much the paperwork involved when I hired her was to have her fill out a W-9 form, which is pretty much just her, name, address, her social, all that stuff, to make sure she's eligible to work in the United States. And I just held that aside until tax season, where I had to file a 1099 for her, which pretty much just told her how much she made throughout the year. So that was super easy to do. I just filed the 1099 through TurboTax, but the way I kept track of how much I pay her is not only on my Excel spreadsheets, but I pay her through Venmo. So if any of you use the Cash App, wow, that was a tongue twister, Cash App Venmo, it will actually track all of your transactions between another person, so I could just easily go through and see how much I've paid her. But I just pay her every time she brings me a bag of clothing back, however many items, I pay her then and there. So it's not like a bi-weekly or every month or whatever. It's just whenever she's done drafting the clothes for me, that's when I pay her. So the setup that my lister and I use has worked very well for me, and I'm just going to share with you what we do, just because it makes dropping off clothes and picking them up very simple. So I actually bought a photography setup for my lister in her home, and since she is a 1099 contract employee, that was a gifted photo setup, so you can't technically buy a 1099 contract employee equipment because that would be considered an actual employee purchase. There's some fine lines with all the 1099/employee stuff, so if you're going to do this, you have to gift the photography equipment to your lister. I knew that she was going to be listing for me for the foreseeable future, so I was not worried about that. And my whole photography setup, I've done a video on it, costs $100, so it wasn't a huge investment, and it makes the whole process go so much smoother for us because pretty much she'll either be in town or I'll be in town, and I'll drop off clothes to her. She takes pictures of them, measures them, drafts them from my eBay account, and when she's done, she drops them off. I do the inventorying, I put stuff away, and when it sells, I ship it. It's all good. So if you are planning on hiring an assistant or a lister, I would definitely recommend that you provide them with that equipment so they can work from their homes. Plus, it just makes the job a lot more enticing for anyone who wants to actually stay at home, that they can actually do that, and plus, it also makes for tax write-offs for them. She gets to write off her room that she uses during tax time, so that helps her as well. So yeah, that's pretty much everything about my lister. So she does live near me. I've gotten a lot of questions on if she's virtual or if she actually lives near me. Unfortunately, I think it'd be really difficult to have a virtual assistant do photos. It'd actually be near impossible. I don't know how you'd transport inventory, but I do want to do a video all on virtual assistants because that is a whole other animal. But hopefully this helped any of you guys that are looking to scale your business, just level up, or even free up your time to focus on other endeavors, which is pretty much why I hired a lister, to scale my business, but also to free up time so I had time to do YouTube and other stuff I enjoy. So I hope this was helpful to even one of you out there, and I hope you guys are all having an amazing week and an amazing week of sales. As always, bye!